Hi everyone, Zaid here again, and yes, a second video for this week, because I've been doing some thinking today and I really want to say a few words about moving on and setting boundaries, as maybe this could help someone out there who might need to hear this. So, it's totally okay to step away from connections, locations, and situations that no longer serve you, that no longer feel good for you. If certain people or places ever made you feel uncomfortable or unsafe, or like they were holding you and your potential back, then it's okay to prioritize your own well-being and not re-engage with these people or situations, even if they used to hold a major role in your life before. Even if they were your parent, partner, best friend, whoever, it's okay. It's okay not to respond to contact requests from these people. It's okay not to offer any explanations as to why you don't want someone in your life anymore. And it's okay not to offer updates about your current life or what you've been up to in the past few years to someone from your past, whether that person just dropped out of your life or if they hurt you or whatever happened, even if they used to be a big part of your past. And I'm not talking about someone who passed away. That kind of grief and loss is a whole different topic. But I'm just talking about people who dropped out, walked away, or you walked away, And if someone keeps reaching out to you and you've established boundaries of not wanting to hear from them again, or if you keep reaching out to someone who has made it very clear that they wish to be left alone by you, then that can mean that the past is still a gaping wound, open and festering, that the person who keeps reaching out, whether it's you or the other person, then that person has not really moved on. This can also happen on the thought level. You may not do anything concrete like sending a message, but you're thinking about it. It might even be consuming your thoughts, and you might feel a strong impulse to do something like reach out. And my advice is don't follow that urge. Nothing good usually comes out of it. Sometimes, yeah, but very rarely. And if it's a really, really strong impulse and you find yourself already typing something, stop. Go out for a walk, talk to a friend, do something else. Either way, the person still holding on to the past has not been able to move on, perhaps even wanting to remain in some sort of control of the other person. There's lots of different situations and scenarios, so it's not easy to make a generalized message for everyone regarding this part of this. Either way, usually letting go is necessary for our own growth, so that we can focus on moving forward, focus on our present, to improve ourselves, to level up. And I've been the person who moved on and stopped responding. I've also been the person to keep reaching out to ask, how are you doing? Like I have this friend who went through something really traumatic and kept having a lot of mental stress. And eventually this person told me that they don't want to stay in touch anymore because they felt like a burden towards me, because they felt they were always talking about their own troubles and dragging me down. However, I feel like the real reason that person wanted to stop staying in touch was because I was moving on with my life. I was progressing with my life. I was accomplishing things. and they were stuck. They felt stuck. Of course, I don't know, because I'm no mind reader. It's just my own interpretation. And maybe they did really feel that strongly about possibly being a burden that they stopped wanting to respond to me. Like every now and then in the past few years, I've tried reaching out, letting them know that I'm still thinking about them, but they haven't responded. So I don't even know if they're still alive, you know, so I don't know. But yeah, in a situation like that, it's hard to respect the other person's wish, but I have to, you know. And by reaching out to them, it was usually just once a year, maybe twice at max, but really keeping it low. But yeah, they know I haven't forgotten about them. And then there's been times when I've reached out to someone from the past to explain myself. And while that felt relieving to me, it wasn't exactly healthy behavior. I want my own boundaries respected, so I got to respect others too. Because at the end of the day, not everyone is meant to stay in our lives. Whether they walked away or you did, there's usually a good reason why you're no longer in contact with them. And one of these reasons could be that the world changes around us, but we also change from the within, you know, from here and here in our hearts, in our minds. Especially when years pass, we change, we grow. Change is inevitable. And I want to talk about change, the fears related to it, some resistance, but that's going to be in some other video. But anyways, because of these changes within us, sometimes people drop out of our lives because we are no longer on the same wavelength with them. Personally, I feel I've upgraded to a level where certain types of people just no longer fit into my life, into my world. We have different values, different worldviews, different lifestyles. Like sometimes with some people, these kind of differences can feel refreshing and it actually can be a foundation for a connection. But with others, it feels stagnating and even burdensome. Like you just feel such a ravine between the two of you, especially with a shared past. If your paths have diverged on such drastic ways that the differences are just awkward, you know? And I don't want certain types of people into my life because they used to attract negativity to themselves and to people around them, including myself. And I don't want to get dragged down like that again. And sometimes I see people whose actions, whose behaviors remind me of certain past people, and I want nothing to do with these type of people, you know. I don't want to go through all of those things again. Like, of course, everyone is different, and new people are not the people from my past, but, you know, sometimes you just have to protect your own peace, you know? And I don't want to get pulled down and shattered again just because someone feels threatened by the changes within me or by the inner strength and potential that I carry. I deserve better. You deserve better than someone who drags you down and wears you out. And it's usually easy to identify people who feel threatened by your changes or the potential within you. These people usually try to put you down, dismiss you, they tell you you can't do this or that. Because they're scared. They're scared of your potential, that if you reach your potential, then you'll leave them behind. If you succeed, then you'll leave them behind. In my experience, fear like this is the core emotion in behavior like that. And it is also possible that maybe these people themselves never reach their own goals and dreams, and they don't want to see you succeed either. And you don't need that kind of bullshit in your life. You need people around you who support you, who encourage you. Maybe they encourage you to take more risks, or if you're a risk taker, they tell you to, calm down a little bit. Use your head, keep your wits about you. But overall, people who don't wear you out and don't pull you down. And well, there's people from my past that I can't even imagine having a civil, polite conversation about anything anymore, I can't imagine us having anything at all to talk about. Not anymore. And if they still need to process our shared past, then they should talk to a professional instead of me. If I still need to process something, I write to my diary, I talk to my therapist, I allow myself to feel what I need to feel, because feelings pass when you let them. So yeah, to keep my own peace and to give these people theirs, I stay away. And I wish for them to stay away too, that they would understand that by clinging to me, it just isn't healthy for themselves. It's only holding them back from their own potential. And to understand that sometimes it's just unimaginable to revive the past. What happened back then happened so that we could grow as persons, and I for one have. I know I still have a lot of growing to do, but I know I've come a long way from what I was, for example, back in 2017. Anyways, the core of this video message to someone out there is that it's all right. It's okay. I know firsthand that it ain't easy, but it's okay to let go and not look back again. And if you do glance over your shoulder sometimes, that's okay too. As long as you're moving forward. As long as you do what feels right for you. Not because someone else is feeling upset that you're doing better in life without them, Do what feels right for you. Either walk away and never look back again, or sometimes glance back, but as long as you're moving forward and growing as a person and doing things that feel healthy for you, then you're gonna be okay. Anyways, that's all. Hope everyone's doing well and hope everyone's gonna have a great weekend ahead. Take care and bye.